As the clock strikes 7, the vibes alive. Inner circles here, where voices thrive. Turn on your screens, let the magic unfold. Listening and healing as stories are told. Come one, come all, this is your time. No topics too tough, just heed the calls. From mental health woes to justice we seek. Together we rise for the strong and the meek. A safe space for all, let's lift every voice. Inner Circle podcast where hearts unite. Sharing our truths, bringing hope to the light. Community strong, we're never alone. Together as one, we've created a home. With laughter and love, we break down the walls. No topics too tough, just heed the calls. From mental health woes to justice we seek. Together we rise for the strong and the meek. A safe space for all, let's lift every voice. So join the conversation, let's set the tone. Inner Circle podcast where love is well known.
Hello. Welcome, folks. Welcome to all our guests. Everyone, wherever you're watching us from, welcome to a special edition of Inner Cycle Podcast. Today, we have a very, very special guest who's going to be educating us, going to be telling us about something that is very, very important, but a lot of folks don't take it important. Our topic tonight is securing the future, why life insurance matters. And tonight, we have Mr. Melvin Eddy, who's going to be educating us about the importance of life insurance, especially in our immigrant community. So, Mr. Melvin, Eddie, welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Happy New Year to you and your family.
Well, likewise. Happy New Year,
Yeah,
and happy to hang out with you guys this afternoon.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. So, the way this works, right? I mean, you're the expert. I'm just going to be kind of we'll make it like a conversation to educate, folks out there, about the importance of life insurance. Obviously, as I said, you're the expert. Have some questions for you to educate our guests, and then to make sure, as you see, right, it's like a lot of folks in our community sometimes like don't know what it is, right? It's a very important financial product, but I will kind of give you the opportunity to expand on that and educate folks, about the importance of life insurance. But before we begin, can you tell us a little bit about you and your background?
Yeah, how you guys doing? Melvin Edie here. Been in financial service for a couple of years, probably 10, 15 years to be exact.
Okay.
And so my purpose of being in this industry was to learn some of these financial products that's available to all of us out here,
So,
and to be able to take advantage of it personally. So
mhm,
I saw the value in all this good stuff. So that's why I'm still sticking it here.
sure.
Hopefully, I could pass along to some of my people who dearly need it.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Do you have your own agency, or are you partnering with I mean with other companies?
Yeah, I'm pretty much partner of a private contractor here.
Okay.
Um, Associated with a couple of big Fortune 500 companies that sell the awesome product
Yeah.
that some of us don't have access to.
Sure, sure, sure.
So to bring that awareness to people in our community will be a great beneficial for those who ready to take advantage of that
Yep, yep,
opportunity.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, as we dive in here, right? How will you define like life insurance in simple terms, right? For those who don't know what life insurance is, how can you define it like in just a very simple terms or layman to understand, right?
Right, right. So I mean, let me ask everybody a question. Do you pay why you want to insure your car?
Yeah.
Why do people want to insure their car? because it's important, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You get up every day, they jump in their vehicle. That vehicle get them to their jobs. That get vehicle back and forth to certain places they want to go. But
Hmm.
they insure that property on that vehicle,
Yeah,
and it's just a vehicle, but it's an important vehicle because we need
yeah,
it to do those things. And
sure.
the state said we can't get in that vehicle. We don't have insurance.
Yeah.
So why can we put that same kind of value on our own lives?
Okay. Okay.
Because we know we got to be in good health. We got to get up every day. We got to function in our day-to-day lives. Why
Hmm.
can't we value the importance of our lives? You know, but it is hard, especially people, uh, um, all people that's coming from the different background they came
Hmm.
from, and
Yeah,
and and,
yeah.
and the way they process things.
Hmm.
So to come with that grips to say, hey, I'm gonna take care of myself and insure myself and pay a little something to keep myself happy
Hmm.
and keep myself back up, like I'm backing up this car. So anything
Hmm.
happen to me while I'm getting up every day, going on my journey, trying to make it happen, make a lifestyle for my family, I'm gonna put some little security on myself just in
Okay.
case my health go bad. So it's
Okay.
it's, it's a mindset that's hard to
Right.
grip.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you do the math and
Yeah.
if you'll see that it is definitely worth it to you and your family to really protect yourself.
So
You
why is
know,
it why do you think it is so often misunderstood, right? If it is so important, right? As you said, right? Car insurance are mandated, right? You need to have a car insurance anywhere in this country, in America, right? It's like you need to have car insurance, and it's like if you don't, right, the law is gonna come after you somehow, somewhere, somehow. But why you
right?
think life insurance is so often misunderstood?
Yeah, because we don't see the value. We don't see the value in having. There's all type of products out here. Let me get that
Hmm.
open out. There's all type of product out here, and
Yeah. Yeah, can
everybody
you
need to
expand on that a
definitely.
little bit? What are the different type of products? What are the different type of
Well,
products? Let's
we
go when
right,
just let me just kind of because when folks think about life insurance, if I think about life insurance, right, I think okay, when I die, that is something about death, right? It's like, and you telling me, you trying to tell us here, right? There's all types of life insurance. Can you kind of
right.
expand on the different type of life insurance?
Well, when we think of insurance and
Hmm.
life insurance,
Yeah,
primarily it is to cover ourselves in case of unseen times,
yeah.
unpredictable times, and just to protect ourselves and our loved ones.
Hmm.
Because in this country, in this society, especially people from where I come from, we have to realize protecting ourselves and building some type of cash value
Hmm.
and besides our job is extremely important, and we have to pay a little something off the top just to secure that.
Yeah.
you know Sometimes we have we don't think of the idea of insurance is valuable to us because we don't understand what it could bring us and our loved ones in this
Hmm.
case of devastating time when you lose a loved one, and that's what we worried about. And it hits a hard financially. Your family could have a big letdown and go into emotional stress
Hmm.
because if you lost a loved one and that loved one brings in one of the key provider in your home financially, and that person is no longer with you, and how you going to continue to pay your bills? It's sad to say that. How you going to be financially to pay that house you living in with the children and the school fees if the kids in college, or those that's high mortgage with the interest rate so high, and paying your vehicle and the miscellaneous bills, all those things add up. So it makes great sense at the end of the day if you can sit down with somebody that can say, hey, a few dollars that is affordable in your budget can go towards protecting you from this unforeseen issues that might occur. And we see it happens all the time. We lose loved one left and right.
Right.
Pandemic just passed, it was devastating. But the importance of having that knowledge and protect your family while you're in this country and changing your mindset a little bit. So it's vital for us to really to learn
Yeah,
that.
I mean, like you saying all of that, right? It's vital to have it, but why, like, don't us? Because every time like someone die, like, hey, I'll go straight to the chase, right? Every time someone died in the Liberian community or sometimes in the African community, we have to collect money, right, to bury that
Right.
person. So why don't you think, right, if it is so important, It's said that we don't have enough financial literacy, right? Like, why don't you think that we don't have it as a priority? You in the industry, is it like because there's not enough financial literacy in our community to educate folks that look, man, instead of the community collecting money to bury someone, just let us encourage folks to have life insurance.
Right, right. And we don't have enough people to bring it into the table in our community on a level that they can understand. I mean, we have agents that go to the community and try to convince some folks that's working families out there that have an income and have a wife and a family and children setting. And those are the people that really need to put this in order so you can have a peace of mind overnight. So why not? Why aren't we getting that concept? Why aren't we slow to adapt? Why are we don't have enough representative in our community to really give us a heads up? Maybe we do, but maybe it's the products that's being available that's out there that many of our people have purchased, which they're basically in burial, because we just feel if I pass away, I passed away, and what's left? Oh, my children take care of me. That's our typical African mindset.
Yeah,
But yes, your children will take care of you, but you're putting a bad burden on your children. And in this country, credit doesn't go away. If your parents owe something, it's going to get on you guys back if you're into that. If you're tied up to your family financially and they leave and you're a beneficiary. So the state would just put that bill on your burden. So you're doing your children a disservice if you don't have those services in place. So if you think about it whole, and just not only burial, I want to have people really open their eyes. It's more than burial. It's new products out there that I will speak briefly about. That will make you guys really want to get out there and put a little bit of change forward so you can benefit a lot in the near future.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, I'm glad that you try to, draw that distinction, right? Because when folks thinks about life insurance, or they only think about burial. If I die today, right? If I have a life insurance that die today, that's the only time that life insurance is going to come into force. But what other products of life insurance are out there if it is not only burial?
Yeah. Okay. So, anything with whole life insurance, that means it builds up some cash value. Okay. Compared to the typical term.
Expand on the whole life one a little bit. How does it build cash value?
Well, it's set up according to a long period of time. It's a stretch.
Okay.
The much as you pay your monthly premiums to that particular policy, a certain portion will start going to your cash value.
Yeah.
As the policy establishes itself in the first couple of years. So you're not looking to get any returns because there's a lot of fees and underwriting and stuff like that goes into a policy when it's issued. But if you got a whole life policy, you will beginning to accumulate cash at a certain percentage until you go to that certain age, which might coverage the lifetime in that policy. 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years policy, whatever you have there, until it exceeds itself. But then again, and the life insurance industry is the safest way to accumulate cash for long term. If you're thinking of getting yourself a life insurance policy with a cash value that comes with it. So you're not anticipating a typical burial. When when you pass away, a lump sum of money will go to your family, whoever's on the beneficiary, your wife and children. But now you have access to new products that is a game changer. That I recently want to express product like compounding interest. That come with that. Product like IULs. Roth RA. Those are tied up to the market. The S&P 500.
Sure.
So you have an access, you have a ability to have continued growth according to the market motion. So it's a great product to have. So it's difference out there. You just got to get in there and find out how much money you can how much money premium you can pay on a monthly basis, how much you can accrue on a yearly basis with the compounding interest according to the market. So it's not complicated. It's just like buying a stock out there and watch it go up and down according to the market. So that's part of your policy has that in there. So you have your burial and you have a chance to go grab some money while you're still alive, which is called living benefit. That's what's the beautiful part of getting a new policy today and not thinking about a simple term. You want something you can grab. You want some money you can go to on a yearly basis, or just watch it compound interest and let the market work for you. So different kind of product.
Well, folks, tonight we are discussing, it's a new year. I think, to me, I said, it's a very, very important topic, right? I know when it comes to death, a lot of us don't like to think about it, or maybe like as Mr. Melvin Edwards is saying here, right? Is that when it comes to maybe like building assets, right? Is like, investing, which is like life insurance. Like, as I understand from him, like it's some sort of an investment similar to the stock market, but not exactly. So tonight, folks, we are discussing securing the future, why life insurance matters. A lot of folks in our community don't think they need life insurance, and today we have an expert here. We have someone who's in the business that's educating us. So if you have a comment, you can call our number 952-594-5154. If you have a question from Melvin, you can also comment in the chat room and inquire about life insurance. It's the new year. I think it is very important. It's the time of the year, right, to discuss such a topic. You never know, right? It's like anything can happen. We have all set our new year goals. Yesterday we discussed intentional goals. We have set those intentional goals, but you cannot have intentional goals without including something that is very, very important, such as a life insurance. So today we have Melvin here educating us. So what will you say to someone, right, is that who is like, I'm too young to have a life insurance? What's the message to them?
That will be a naive thing to say, because I wish I would invest in this product when I was young. And the return on that money I would have gotten now would have been beautiful. It would have been a lot of money according to the market. And so being young is the primary age. Is the correct age. You don't want to be. Most of our people catch on really slow because we get into our mid 40s and 50s and then 60s. Then we realize like, I think I should have had this product in place a long time ago. Because the older we get, the more expensive it is, and the more older we get, the worse health we probably will be in. So the industry judge you not because you can afford a policy, is also on your health. So
and that's a great point. And that's a great point that you brought up right there, right? It's like, as you said, to this point, right, to this question that you're actually about, the whole issue of being young. I think, in America, first of all, when it comes to health, it's based on your history. As a young person, most likely you are very, very healthy. So when the insurance go and calculate their, then calculate whatever calculation they are doing, right, to determine your premium. As a healthy person, most likely your premium is cheaper, right? But the older you get, to your point, there might be some sickness that you have, and the insurance might say, hey man, you're too risky of a client to take on.
Correct. That is correct. That's correct. And for those young folks, and they see that mindset, I'm too young for insurance. So this is the kind of policy I would like you to get into, young folks. If you guys are serious and you want to invest into the market and you want to get some type of returns, you'll reach out to someone like me, and I can show you how to get return on a yearly basis according to the S&P 500 by having a life insurance policy and having a compound interest 2-in-1, a living benefit policy. So you don't have to pass away to touch this, to go and get some of this money. This is what we've been looking for. The term was good, but now we have the policy where you can have 2-in-1. In case someone happened to you, you have that lump sum of money that will go to your family. That's that death benefit. But then we have the living benefit, where we can accrue cash every 6 months to a year, every couple of years, and go into the market, the S&P 500, which is going to be doing awesome in the near future. I'll tell you, by the way. So So being involved in the market in some type of capacity in the next couple of years will be a big difference, because big returns on your money, and especially you're in the safest industry with life insurance. So remember, when you pull that money from your life insurance, you're not getting taxed compared to something we know like a 401k or something that we have. And so it's a big difference. It's something to dive in.
If you say there's two in one, there's a term and there's a what? There's a living benefit, or there's a whole. Oh, so there's a term life insurance which only covers death, right? And
that
there's the whole
stretch.
and the whole which covers both death and living. Is that what it is? Like it gives you living benefits.
Well, okay, we got to talk about the particular whole life. The whole life I'm pertaining to is called a IUL.
IUL. What is an IUL? What is that? I mean, you are the expert, right? So
that IUL stands for index.
Don't just throw acronyms out there. Okay, index. Okay.
I'm sorry, guys. IUL. It's been trending. I'm sure you guys been seeing a lot on the internet. Yeah. It's been trending. People are really giving the answer away. That's that we haven't had access to. So, but we have to pay attention to those trending, and it's good product and it's awesome. And that's what people have been having access to. And folks like us, we haven't had access to that, because we would have been making a lot of money a long time ago and having money to take care of our children and send them to take care of them and financially and make their life a little better than they were. But the IULs, the Index Universal Life Insurance, that's for a young guy who asks why I should get life insurance because I'm too young. Because our IUL can set you up to compound interest 6% or more if the market skyrockets, because you're in the market, but you're not directly in the market if you have one of those policies.
So like an IUL policy,
IUL policy.
IUL policy, does it cover both term and living benefits?
Yes, but we're not talking about it just cover death benefits and living benefits.
Okay, death benefits and living benefits. Yeah, death benefits and living benefits. It cover both. But then it's like, so for if someone wants to take on an IUL policy, it's like how much is a premium like a month?
Well, it depends on the age. It depends on the age.
A 25-year-old want to take on a 25-year-old who's very healthy, doesn't have any history of any medical condition, right? Because I know, like the insurance company, right, judge you based on your medical history, your medical condition, and whatever you have, right? Or 25-year who's very healthy, who doesn't have any kind of a medical history or medical condition. How much is a IUL policy?
Well, for that young person, you want to get a decent policy, a $500,000 policy, or something of that nature, because it's not expensive. That's what people think they are, but they're not expensive at all. That type of policy for 35 or year old,
25, who's
25, you probably pay a little bit. Like to say, you got prefer. I don't want to put numbers out there, but it's less than $100.
It's less than $100.
I would say right around that
area.
$100
in premium. Yeah. Then, so when can you have access? Right? It says like you accrue interest. As it's pretty much like an investment. When can you maybe cash out if you want to, or when are you allowed, or do you have to invest like certain amount of years before you can even have access to your cash or whatever?
No, you have immediately after the first year of returns, you'll definitely have access to your money, and that will be tax free when you do pull out.
So it's like, is it when let's assume you want to can you do an absolute straight up withdrawal, or you have to can you loan, like a 401k, right? You can do like a hardship withdrawals, or you can do hardship, not a hardship loan, right? You can do a straight up loan, like you pretty much loaning yourself. Is it the same? Is that how this works?
Right, pretty much. But what's the difference between a 401k? You have to pay that money back if you're under 59 and a half.
Okay.
Right? Okay. You have to pay that money back, and that is your own money that you're actually paying back with a 401k. Okay. And you got to pay it back at a percentage, 8 or 9% interest rate. Yeah. So is it wise to borrow from a 401k? No, if you're under 59 and a half, because they will charge you 10% on your own money. And now this is the difference between that which a lot of us have the 401k associated with our jobs.
Yeah.
But now compare the 401k to this awesome product right here. And how much percent are we accruing every year with the 401k? Are we accruing probably 4%? Or and if whatever the employee we put in, the employee might match or a certain percentage or to 100%.
Mhm.
So and that's not bad. That is what we have. That's what we've been using, and it's wrapped up to the market. So it is a great product.
Yeah.
It's a great product to have.
Yeah. What
And
yeah, in your experience, right? What cultural beliefs do you think that is hindering, right, our community from, taking up life insurance? Because as I said, right, you have these stories every time someone die, we all have to collect money, right? Is that you have
right,
that term life, and now you're talking about, when you get a whole life or this special product that's out there, you can, I mean, you don't only have to wait to die, but you can also benefit, right, after a year of investment or paying your premium and things like that. But what is hindering? What culture believes that's hindering us, especially in our community from accessing life insurance?
well, yeah, that's a great question, and I find myself um trying to answer that question, and I ask a lot of people in the community that question, and they're just we don't have enough representative. We need to have this product teaching our people how to save right now, and that's why I want to help people out, especially with the IULs. I want to I want to come awareness of people in the community that can spread this, like coming on a platform like this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Coming on a
yeah,
platform like this is where it at, and this is where it starts, and
yeah,
this where you could tune in and say, "Hey, I got somebody to help me,"
yeah,
and they can help me with an IUL, so
yeah,
I can not only have a death benefit like a regular insurance policy, but I could have money I can go and touch every single year, and when I could pull out, I will not get taxed on that money, and it can grow. And according to the S&P 500. And it's, so you're part of the market, but not actually participating in the market. Your life insurance policy, the IUL, work for
sure.
yourself. You
Okay.
can go and retrieve money. It's accrued better and higher than a 401k.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
so and so it's a
Okay.
win-win product, especially for us with our children. If we
Yeah,
could open out for our young children, by the time they're 18, they could
yeah.
have almost $1 million plus in their life insurance policy and
So,
able to
so,
go and touch.
so do you think, like, what is going to maybe change your narrative, right? Change your mindset
It's the
of our
mindset.
people, right? What is going to change your minds of our people is, right, not to only look at life insurance about just about death, but look at it as some sort of about investment. So do you think the financial, like, the financial education, financial literacy piece is missing, right? Because a lot of folks look at, hey, no one want to talk about death. When it comes to death, we, you know what I mean? So when folks hear about life insurance, maybe most of them think, I mean, that's a death product, so I don't want to be part of it because I'm not going to
Right,
die anytime soon. But do you
right.
think that we have to change our mindset, right? That life insurance is not only about death, right? It's or when you die, you get buried, but it's an investment.
It's an investment, and
Yeah.
it's something that we really got to change our mindset. How do we change our mindset? By teaching probably financial literacy.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Let's get more into, it's not only about life insurance, it's about teaching her how to be more involved in the
Yeah.
system of things here in this
Yeah.
country.
Yeah.
Try to open our minds and be low open minded
Mm-hmm.
and think outside the box a little bit. How do we think outside the box? Um, do a little bit of networking with people that's in the industry,
Yeah.
and and let's make it awareness to 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 have young folks and people like you, and to bring this awareness to low financial education and how
Yeah.
to, those things go a long way, and learn about a little bit about the market, how it can benefit you, and try not to, we are so job dependent,
Mm-hmm.
and which is awesome, but how do we can we be business owners also? Can we learn to be invest, put our little bit in our money, and could be a little bit more risky?
Mm-hmm.
Could we think a little bit out the box and challenge ourselves? Because if we're not in the game, you can't make the money. You have
So
to
let
be.
me let me just what do you think your industry, right? Folks in your industry, folks in the life insurance industry. what do you think you need to do? Because our community, the immigrant community, right? It might not only be the African immigrant community, because when you immigrate into this country, there are so many various financial products, so many various financial products. And sometimes some of these financial products or investment, they are so much complicated. You have to be someone with, a financial knowledge or some sort of a financial literacy to understand these different products, right? Or these different things. How does it benefit me, right? Maybe I only need this. Right? A lot of people, like, you go to your job will educate you about 401k, but no one going to educate you about 401k, about life insurance. What do you think folks in your industry can do to do outreach to this community, to the immigrant community, to especially to the African immigrant community? Because sometimes when it comes to life insurance, a lot of folks consider it as a taboo.
Right, right. Well, that's a dilemma,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe we can reach towards reaching out to our community leaders,
Mm-hmm.
you know, having a little sit down and talk about financial strategies,
Yeah.
how what kind of extra money we can make besides working on our daily jobs. How
Sure.
could we supplement our incomes? How could
Okay.
we come up with safe investments through the way of life insurance? How to compound interest? How to learn the difference between term, whole life, universal, and the new product I'm talking about, the index
Mm-hmm.
life insurance. And those little things, because we have to get it anyway, and we have to be involved, have to have a little knowledge, because some of us say, "Oh, I have insurance." That's the number one thing our folks will always say. I have insurance with my job.
Yeah.
How much coverage do you have? Most of them
Okay.
don't know that, but
Okay.
most jobs have us a little something like $20,000 or something like in that range. It's nothing huge. It's just as long as you tied up with that job, as long as you get up every day, you go perform for
Mm-hmm.
that employer. That's in the case you happen to pass away on their watch. That's how much coverage you have. That little twenty
So,
thousand
so,
dollars, whatever have.
so great point
So
right there, right? So great point. So the life insurance that folks have at their job, that is only it's mostly for
temporary.
burial. Yeah, and it's temporary, but it's mostly for burial, right?
They're mostly for burial. That's all they're
Okay.
gonna invest. That's all they're reliable for. And
Okay.
and that's all they have to pay.
So your advice as an expert then, right? Don't only have insurance, life insurance at your job, but also get a maybe get a supplement. Get a supplemental, right? Get another one. Get
Supplements,
another.
something
Yeah.
permanent.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah. Yeah.
permanent.
Okay.
Right.
That you. Yeah.
Yeah. Be-
But so.
because
Okay.
if
Yeah.
you're with that job and you leave
Uh-huh.
that job, guess what leaves with it? The assurance.
Okay.
Everything
So it
you
doesn't
when you
go with
lose
you.
that job, everything goes with it. So it's nothing permanent as long as you work for the employer and
Mm-hmm.
have that few low benefits. It's called group insurance. That's all you
Okay.
have is the group. You leave the job, it is gone. You need
Okay.
something permanent for yourself that lasts a long term, and you could get some compound interest as time go by.
To let's assume, like, if I want to take up a policy with you, right? If I want to sign up for life insurance, I mean, what do I what do I need to do? How do I get started?
Well, we have an office
Okay.
right here in Brooklyn Center, not far from by everybody, but my information will be here given to you.
Sure.
And we can definitely it's nothing. We're not looking to if you're looking for the education, how about
Hmm.
that? Well, we'll come look for the education through me. Look for what's the benefits of an IUL. Look for
Okay.
the percentage of high earnings you can get every year,
Okay.
and look at how low your premium can be. Look how affordable. Look at all the great benefits it have, like in case you have terminal illness
Hmm.
or in the future. We haven't tapped on that. So
Hmm.
all these great policies, some of them come with great incentives,
Hmm.
terminal illness, people, things like cancer, diabetes, all those things that runs in our family.
Hmm.
Suppose in the next 15, 20, 30 years, you
Hmm.
come upon those illnesses, and now who's going to pay your medical bills? you
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
and we see when those unforeseen times comes,
Yeah.
that's why these insurance needs to be put in place, because it covers so much, and it take
Sure.
the burden of so much of you and your loved ones, and it's not expensive at all. So when we get that concept, learn a little financial literacy and see how much we can afford out
Hmm.
of our daily pocket and how much we can gain
Hmm.
throughout having this thing in the market, then we'll say, wow, this is valuable. Look what
Yeah.
I've been missing. Yeah.
So if someone want to start off a life insurance policy, is like, and then they come through you, like, do your partners, like, do they do a medical check, right? Do they want to know the person's medical history, right? How does that whole process work, right? You say, like, getting a life insurance on your own is something that you want permanent. But what are the pitfalls? What are the drawbacks? Is like, maybe like,
Yeah.
if let's assume, like, maybe that I'm not healthy, right? Can I get a life insurance?
Yes, you can. Yes, you
Okay.
can.
Okay.
Like I say, its health is major because your
Okay.
health. When an insurance company are looking at a client, they're looking at their health, they're
Yeah.
looking at their finance, they're
Hmm.
looking at the credit score, they're
Yeah.
looking at those things that make you really eligible for the product. And
Hmm.
but in this case, um, where I deal with the IULs,
Yeah.
there's no medical at the front door, and
Okay. Okay.
you not have to see a doctor. You don't have to see or any
Okay.
medical people. They're not taking any tests with you.
Sure.
So you're dealing with the underwriter. So whatever you already have in your medical history
Yeah.
with your primary doctor or wherever you go to clinics,
Uh-huh.
wherever you have on history,
Yeah.
according to your health,
Yeah.
will be seen when you do an application with the life insurance companies. It will be
Okay.
seen. So
Okay.
if you have any kind of illnesses
Mm-hmm.
or something that stands out
Mm-hmm.
that will make your premium go high or might disqualify you, it will be seen. So because insurance company have access to all the same
Sure.
uh, information the hospitals have and your primary and everybody have the doctors. So we'll see those things. But the good thing it is when you get one of these policies, you don't have to be examined. You're just going right to the underwriter, and they according to all those things I
Sure.
mentioned, they'll look through that as you develop your policy. And the
Yeah.
better health you're in, the cheaper your premiums will be,
Sure. Sure.
and and
How
and,
would you
and
like to address this, right? The common misconception in the insurance industry, it might not be a misconception, right? But a lot of, you talk about the car insurance earlier, right? Folks think, so, right? Insurance as a whole is just unnecessary and too expensive because you just have the big guys, these insurance companies just taking your money. You don't get anything in return. How will you speak to that misconception? Man, I don't need insurance, whether car insurance or life insurance, because it is very much unnecessary or it's too expensive. How will you like to speak to that?
well, the cost of not having it is more
Okay.
expensive.
Okay. Okay. That's a good one. That's a
The
good one. Okay.
cost is
Yeah.
more expensive,
Hmm.
and you see, and it is within. I mean, you get up in the morning, you get in your vehicle, and you go crash into a tree, you slip onto the ice, you
Yeah.
do something, and now that coverage which you pay that monthly premium for, and you
Yeah.
think it's a waste of dollars, but guess what? You just had an accident, and the accident cost you 6, 7, 8 grand just repair. Luckily, you didn't get any
Sure. Sure.
bodily damages. But
Hmm.
now you see how important that is to have that extra money backed up by the insurance company to get you covered and save you a lot of headaches. So a lot of these products is we cannot escape it.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
cannot escape it. But the insurance and the IULs is a great way to put money in our pockets
Yeah. Okay.
and to accrue. That's what I'm excited about.
So
That's
you
why.
ready? I see you tonight, right? You ready pushing that IUL because I think it's a great. The way I see it, it's a great part of our community, right? Because as I said, death is a taboo. Right? No one, no one wants to die, especially like no African immigrant want to die. When you bring death business to the they say, "My man, I'm begging you, please." You know what I mean? Or whoever, say, please. I
Right.
don't want to discuss that, but what you are pushing out to know the IUI is not only about death, right? But you're getting living benefits, right? And things like that. But
Living benefits.
how can you bring that more, right? It's like how can you bring that? How do you think our community can embrace the IUL product? How can the community embrace it?
Well, we got it's a special product. That's why I speak so broad about it. It's
Hmm. Hmm.
I really want our people to tap in this market. I really want them to reap the benefits. I really want them to accrue some compounding interest on their
Hmm.
money and see how
Hmm.
fabulous this product is. It's is something that will change your whole life.
Okay.
Something that will change your whole life financially and supplement your income and give you something to hope for. and you know, some things. Life insurance industry is one of the most safest industry in the world when it comes
Hmm.
to whole life money and compounding interest, and
Okay.
especially this product that's tied up to the market. So as if we can open an eye to 2% of our
Hmm.
people to even wake up, because when we do things, we talk about it, and we want our family and friends to have the same product that we have. And so I just want to be a advocator to come into the community, and to talk to people like you, to sit
Hmm.
down and
Yeah.
give them options, and
Sure. 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 Yeah.
let us see what would you could benefit from having these beautiful products, and
Okay.
take care of your family, you
Okay.
know.
Well, yeah. Well, folks, tonight we are discussing, securing the future, why life insurance matters. It's a new year, the first day of 2025, and I think it's like that is our weekday business and finance segment. We call it weekday business and finance fire chat. What we discuss in this, what we discuss business and finance, and today we're discussing what life insurance, right? Securing the future, life insurance. I feel is a very, very great financial product. A lot of us misunderstand it. A lot of us have ill feelings about life insurance. We don't trust it. We don't know about it. It's like, as I said, anytime someone die in our community, we have to collect money, to bury that person or, and things like that. So it's like a lot of us don't know what life insurance is. And today we have Melvin here trying to educate us, right, about life insurance and why life insurance really, really matters, because it's about securing the future. So that's the topic tonight: securing the future, why life insurance matters. And Melvin here is kind of giving us good education, right? So it's like, Melvin, have you like ever had an experience, right, like with a family? Like, what are the hardest lessons have you learned, right, when maybe your family member passed away and there's no life insurance? What are the lessons, right, is like in that whole situation? I know, like I mentioned earlier, sometimes like it resort back to the community wherein like sometimes they have to collect money. But what are other lessons, right? Especially our lesson that family learn from that.
Yeah, it's a tough lesson.
Hmm.
It's a tough lesson, but our community is kind of, that's why we don't see the value in stuff like this, because we accept the word death and in our own way, and we accept it in our own way, and it's especially in this country, it leaves a financial burden. Like I say, it leaves a financial burden. If you were back home, guys, you were back home, and you lose a loved one, you will definitely moan, you'll cry, you'll miss them. But will you get a check that someone or agent will come from a company and say, hey, guys, take this check, and this will help soothe the wound and lick your wounds. And I know you love your loved one, but this check will keep you financially together, will
Hmm.
stop you from selling your house. It will
Yeah.
stop you from paying your mortgage. If you're paying your rent, paying your car payment, you can still survive. You
Okay.
lost that loved one, but guess what? You financially got something in return. And that's the whole purpose where you was paying those monthly premiums for unforeseen times like this.
Hmm.
So, but uh, uh, learning, learning low financial literacy. That's what all boils down to.
Yeah.
To learning to see why what it makes it's a key value to have a little something place, something affordable, something that you can say, I can sleep at night,
Hmm.
something that can compound interest for you and your kid to go to college,
Okay.
something that could help you financially from going to your personal bank account.
Hmm.
And if those things works, if those things can save you, make you sleep at night and say, wow, I put this, you know what, because it starts from one generation to another generation. Folks, you put this in place, your children put this in place, then guess what you created? You create a general type of wealth, a
Okay.
general financial institution you created, because you educated your kids. Our parents, they know too much
Yeah.
about this stuff. They taught
Sure.
us the best way they can. They say, hey guys, you get a nice little education, you go to school, you get in the job market, and you work till you die.
Sure.
So that's our basic concept, and nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
But why can't we get involved in this market here that does so much particular things? I mean, if we have stocks and stuff on our phone, I know a lot of folks have uh, participate in the stock market.
Mm-hmm. Sure,
And
sure.
they
Yeah.
they get excited about that. Why
Yeah.
can't you protect your whole family at the same time?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, folks, tonight, as I said, we are discussing securing the future while life insurance matters. That's our topic for tonight. So you can call our number, and our guest, we have a special guest, Melvin. You can call our number 952-594-5154 to ask questions, to ask Melvin questions about life insurance, anything you want to know about life insurance, or you can put a comment in the chat, if you have a question, you can also put in our chat. But so again, tonight our special guest is Melvin, and he's discussing life insurance. He's the expert, and he's educating us about life insurance and the importance of life insurance. Oh, Melvin, the other thing, right, is like a lot of folks don't trust insurance companies, right? Especially when it comes to life insurance company, because you were just alluding to, I mean, the education is just lacking. But what assurances can you give folks who then say, "Hey, man, I don't need life insurance. I don't trust it because maybe if I die or someone die, they're not even going to give me that money and stuff like that." What assurances can you give folks out there, right, who have those doubts, right, who don't trust insurance companies and life insurance company as a whole?
Well, yeah, well, that's a terrible mindset to have, but it's hard. But guys, we gotta educate ourselves a little more. We gotta do our research. We gotta Google these insurance companies. They
Hmm.
out here. They've been out here. Um, uh, we gotta see why we're not getting this piece of the pie. Why we coming out of our pocket all the time, and a funeral costs 10 to 15,000 on the low end
As
just to
as
get your
a
family.
as a life insurance agent, as an insurance agent, what strategies, right? What marketing strategies do you use? Are you using to reach out to the community? Because
Well,
sometimes, right, most of the things, right, like a professional like you, an immigrant professional like you, right, you're out there, but a lot of folks don't know that you are out there, right? And one of the reason I ask that question, right, is like, a lot of folks like you stay away from the community, right? Is that, hey, I don't need the community because maybe the community maybe is too toxic, there's too much negativity in the community. But the community need a lot of things that professional like you, expert like you are lack, like I know it, but the community is lacking, right? It's like, what marketing strategies are you using to do outreach to our community, especially the African immigrant community?
yeah, that's it's a great question because I'm not on the internet. And
Okay.
you know what? When you're selling a great product or when you're telling somebody about something awesome, it
Mm-hmm.
usually go through one ear or one-on-one person,
Mm-hmm.
and then you deal with them. You show them the benefits. You get them
Mm-hmm.
properly protected,
Mm-hmm.
and then they'll go and give the great news to a family member, and then so it's a word of mouth.
So
But
your marketing strategy you're using to do outreach to our community is word of mouth, even though yes, even though as I said, right, it's like off the top here that hey man, a lot of folks number one, first of all, right, folks don't trust this product, right? Is as I said, it's a great financial product. I will admit it is, right? But a lot of folks either we don't have it because we don't trust it, because we feel like I mean I don't need it, right? If I die today, I'm gonna get buried anyways, no matter what. I'm gone, I'm gone.
right, right. So how do we help the folks? At least a small percentage get the idea, get the concept.
Yeah.
Because I need to keep networking with folks like you. I
Yeah.
need to come out and I need to be more proactive in the
Sure.
community.
Yeah.
Maybe I can come to certain organizations
Sure. Sure.
that
Sure.
I can look up certain organizations in the community. We
Mm-hmm.
can we can we can have workshops that we can sit down and
Mm-hmm.
even schedule in any one of the programs that we have available. We
Mm-hmm.
can create those time and convenient places for families to meet
Yeah.
and working families that cares that have a job
Sure.
that have two working parents and children. We
Yeah.
can try to educate them to do the right thing so they can be a part of this great industry so they can reap the benefits. So we got to really come up with this concept. People like you who can help me
Yeah.
and find these people to go and sit down and have at least an hour with,
Sure.
and
Sure.
not
Sure.
to buy a
Definitely.
product, not to
Yeah.
buy a product, but
Yeah.
to tell them the benefits of having something like this put in place, and
Yeah.
what's in it for them and
Sure.
what they're going to benefit. So
Sure. Sure.
I
Sure.
would love to be a part of that, and I love
Okay.
people like you to give me a hand
Yeah.
doing this type of things because it's a lot of things on the internet. It's not healthy, and
Yeah.
sometimes people stroll up and down those
Sure.
places, and it's filled with all type of fake
Yeah.
advertisement or stuff like that that really is not helpful. So
Yeah.
we don't want to get mixed up in the big world of the social media
Yeah.
and spreading good news like that. We want to be more community based. We
Mm-hmm.
want to be helped by the leaders, people like
Yeah.
you, just to say, guys, hey, come listen to Melvin and some other people that can help you get a vehicle to achieve financial independence or some compound compounding interest on
Sure.
your money. It's an investment. Yeah,
Sure.
it is tied up to the market, but it's
Yeah.
safe. It's protected by the government, and one
Yeah.
of the products that have been out for years, and we
Yeah.
haven't had access to it, and
Sure.
other people have been taking advantage of it. So I would love to be a big advocate to come out everywhere I can with
Yeah.
some great
No,
people that can spread knowledge.
no, definitely. I'm glad you came on here tonight, right? Because that's what we create this platform. As I said, folks like you who have a lot of knowledge, right? Is like and really making an impact. But your impact is not being felt in our community. So we want to elevate your impact, want to elevate your voice. We want to bring in a community to really educate our folks. That's what our platform is about, our podcast is about, right? To bring folks like you on to share knowledge, to whatever. And it's not that it's not going to be a one-time thing. I can show you that definitely going to create a partnership with you, that working relationship with you to bring you in a community, right? It's not only on this show, but Inner Circle is an organization. Our podcast, our platform is just one aspect of it. We'll definitely try to partner with you to see how best you can expand this further to come and educate our folks, right? So glad that you came on here tonight, giving a great education and educating our folks. Because I said life insurance is very, very important, but most of us take it for granted. And as you are talking about another aspect of it tonight, where it's not only the term life, right, the barrier aspect of it, but also the living benefits and something that you're really excited about, and things like that. So, but my question, a little question for you, those like, how can we change our mindset, right? Like folks can take like a thing like life insurance to say, you know what, let us use life insurance to build generational wealth, especially we Africans and African immigrants. We do not have generational wealth, not only like African immigrants as a whole, right? But blacks as a whole. What we are lacking is generational wealth. But how
That's
can
right.
you put our folks to try to use life insurance to build generational wealth?
Well, you see, it's a lot of opportunities out here, and
Hmm.
lot of lot of ways to build generational wealth. If
Hmm.
is That's why networking is so important
Yeah.
in our networking. We're
Hmm.
outsiders,
Yeah.
networking with people that give us a little information, and we don't have to buy anything. The more we know, the more we learn, and the better position we'll put ourselves in. But
Do you think
I
how do you think we can shift that mindset, right? Because it's all about mindset, as I said. We are lacking a generational wealth, right? Generational wealth is something like I feel that when it comes to finance and business, I'm very passionate about it. And when you look at our community, we are not leaving wealth. Our great grandparents never left anything with us. I like to
right,
say, right, we black folks, especially African immigrants, were born in deficit, and most likely we might die in deficit because like things like life insurance are not available to us, right? For our parents, never passed it on to us, right? And we might not even pass it on to our kids because most of us we see as a taboo, right? But how can
right.
we shift that mindset to normalize things like life insurance? That look, man, you can use life insurance, right? As a means to build generational wealth.
Right, right, and like you said, that's very much true, and
Yeah.
that's a lot of people taking advantage of that. They're
Okay.
using this vehicle to and there's no limit to what you can do when you get in this industry and start purchasing these products
Mm-hmm.
and to benefit for yourself. So it's no limit. It's a industry that you can get into that's safe and it's guaranteed by big corporations, big companies. This is not a this is not products that's sold by somebody that you cannot be trusted, that you'll
Sure.
lose your money overnight. Now
Mm-hmm.
this is backed up by big time Fortune 500 companies
Mm-hmm.
and very established in the market. Um, like we need to come together. How can we set up workshops?
Yeah.
Because the faster you learn, the better you'll get in the game, and the better
Sure.
your money will start growing for you. You ask
Okay.
yourself, how much money do I get? How much percent I get when I put my money into the bank,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not doing anything for you. You can have 100 grand in the bank, but what is it doing for you? Sitting there
Okay.
collecting dust, right? While
Sure. Yeah.
somebody else got that money working hard as they sleep
Yeah.
and compounding interest. So when you want to be on that team, when you
Mm-hmm.
want the money to be working for you instead of
Mm-hmm.
just sitting there and
Mm-hmm.
having no value at all. And so that's what motivates me to tell people about these products,
Sure.
because you sleeping and your
Yeah.
money is working for you. You
Yeah.
know, it's compounding. You're getting quarterly reports. You're
Mm-hmm.
getting on. You're checking on your stuff, and it's
Mm-hmm.
coming. And you have all those things in place. You sleep very well. You understand. You tell your other friends and family of that, because you put yourself in a different bracket all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's knowledge, and then it become power because you execute it.
Yeah.
So
Like,
it's we how can I get in how can I get in contact with folks? How can I sit down with you guys and give
sure.
you
Sure.
we are always open. We're
Yeah.
always here to educate you. Just take one family at a time to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
properly protected.
Okay.
You want to make sure you're not passing around a hat. You're not
Yeah.
passing around a hat at when our loved one passed away. You don't want
Yeah.
to be that person. You know, even
Sure.
though we're so used to it,
Yeah.
you we have
And
to
that
we have to think. We
and
have
that's
to
it.
think.
And that's the next question, right? I'm glad that's a great segue, right? You just brought me to my next question, right? It's like, you think what legacy, right? Someone who has a life insurance, what legacy are they leaving with their family and their loved ones? What legacy are they leaving behind? Some of a life insurance.
You're showing that generation that's going to prepare a safe place for that following generation right behind.
Hmm.
And that's just the basic of life insurance.
Yeah.
Not complicated. You know, you're taking care of your loved ones. You don't want to be a burden. You
Hmm.
know, especially this is not back home. This is here where you have a mortgage to pay,
Hmm.
and you have a car note to pay, and you
Hmm.
have a two spouse that's working very hard
Yeah.
and got their children to raise. So
Sure.
imagine one of those people not being around to bring on that income in a family. Wouldn't it be devastating? Wouldn't it be heartbreaking? Wouldn't it be
Hmm.
crying
Hmm.
and telling your story and embarrassment?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be? You can't control it, but you didn't buy into the system, guys. You didn't come in here and protected yourself. You just
Okay.
went on with your business and you thought these unforeseen times would never happen to us, but it does happen to us.
Okay.
So let's think a little security. Let's think of how we're gonna save ourselves. Let's think the little bit of change we spend could protect us, because we throw away a lot of money out the window all the time.
Yeah.
We like
Yeah.
to entertain. We like
Yeah.
to unnecessary miscellaneous money. We
Yeah.
give that
Yeah.
money away all the time. Why not we use that same amount of money to put a little bit of protection on our family that can go a
Hmm.
long ways? And now that generation wealth we're talking about now. So one family set up a family, a husband, wife, 40 years old, or two
Hmm.
children, put that
Hmm.
in place. And now the children saw that. They watching that. You building wealth, and you'll be able to have a living benefit we talked about, to have access to that, to have more money that's compounding every year you can go and use without being taxed by the government, and use that to support yourself as you go along. So when if you need emergency money, guess where you go? To that policy. When you go
Okay.
down in bad health and have those chronic illness and disease, and you hospitalize, who's going to pay those bills? The insurance policy. So you see, all these things is so helpful to have in place, and it costs little or nothing. It's just we're not aware. We're not financially. We don't have that literacy to really
Hmm.
say, "Oh, this is valuable to me." So we continue to go with having that job mentality. We say that's all we know. But guys, we really got to step up a little bit and see these other products that can give us a good return on our money and our future. Of course, a
If
little bit.
someone, yeah, if someone want to reach out to you, right, to learn more about your products, to learn more about life insurance, how can they contact you? Can you give us your information so we can share it with our audience and things like that?
Yes, yes.
Um, yeah. If a phone number or email or something like that, we can just put it in the chat and it will go global, so if you can give me your phone number quick before I ask my closing question, and then we can put it in the chat, right, and give it to our audience, and then folks can reach out to you and ask you question about life insurance, or maybe your agency, and some of the products that you sell.
Yeah, yeah, guys. I'm willing to help as I can, give you
Hmm.
this valuable information, get you guys tapped in,
Sure.
and you can't win it if you're not in it.
Yeah.
So you could talk all day until you
Hmm.
step up and say, guys, I'm going to protect my family. I want to learn a little bit more. I'm
Hmm.
here. We have the vehicle to take you where you want to be. It's
Okay.
just a little financial literacy. You don't have to know that much. You just know the
Okay.
pros and cons, and
Okay.
know how important this is in case of those unsane times.
Sure.
So my phone number is 612
612.
601
601.
4486.
4486. Okay.
Yeah,
It's
guys.
in the chat, folks. It's in the chat, folks. It's like Melvin number is 612-601-4486. You can reach
Yes.
out to him to inquire more about life insurance and anything you want to learn about. He's especially excited about not only like the burial insurance, right, but the living benefits, right, the whole life insurance, right, whole life
That is
insurance.
correct.
So, folks, you can reach out to him to learn more. Call his number 612-601-4486. And like Melvin, though, as we close out tonight, it's a 1 hour show. We don't want to keep you, it's a 1 hour show. We have, on top of the hour right now. It's like, what message do you want to leave with folks out there, right, that have listened to you for the last 1 hour about life insurance, about your passion for the industry, about the lack of financial literacy in our community and things like that? What message do you want to leave with folks about life insurance tonight?
Yeah, guys. Is this is just the beginning. We just tapped on something general. We
Mhm.
talked about, but if you want to really learn the numbers and how you can fit in and get a life insurance for policy for yourself, customized for your age and everything else, we can put that together. We are located in Brooklyn Center. We right here across from the library. Guys, who we can take an hour at your guys' convenience,
Mhm.
after work or in the morning, whenever is good for you guys. So we can sit in our office here in Brooklyn Center, and we
Sure.
can we just give you a great presentation, a brief illustration. You can see how the numbers look and how much coverage you can get according to your age, and so forth. It's very affordable. It'll put you in a great place. You'll be happy, and yeah, and you'll see your life change, and you'll sleep good at night when you get this information.
Yeah.
Easily to contact me in the app, send me a text,
Okay.
and I'll definitely reply urgently back to you and let you know the best time that works for me, and
Okay.
then we also do Zoom meetings, so we don't have to be. You
Okay.
could be in the comfort of your home in the living room,
Sure.
relaxing,
Sure.
eating your cassava leaf, and you can
Yeah.
call me anytime, and
Yeah.
I will definitely be there to answer those questions and
Sure.
uh and even make appointments or so forth. No
Okay.
problem.
Yeah. Well, Melvin, thank you so much tonight. It's been great having you on our show. Uh, it's like having folks like you on this show, on this segment. That's what our platform is about, to bring knowledge to our community. So it's been great having you tonight. You share some important information, right? And I can assure you, Inner Circle Podcast is going to make your work, visible to our community. We want to bring it out here too, because life insurance is a very, very important product, financial product, and we believe that folks in our community need to have it, instead of when somebody die, we're always collecting money. So it's been great having you on here tonight. Thank you so much for your knowledge, for sharing your knowledge. Thank you for your expertise. We look forward to working with you. And you have a good night and happy new year to you and your family.
Happy New Year, my people. I love you
Yeah,
guys. Thanks for having me.
yeah,
It's been a breath of fresh air to talk to you tonight, brother. I
yeah. Thank you.
appreciate you and your time, and I look forward to talking to your people
In a
again.
circle
God
Yeah,
bless you
thank
guys.
podcast
Happy
where
yeah,
New Year.
thank
hearts
yeah,
unite.
thank
Get
you. Happy
ourselves
New Year to
properly
you.
protected,
Yeah, yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Sharing our
Yeah. Good
truths,
night. Good night.
bringing
Good
Alrighty.
night.
hope
Yeah,
to
bye
the
bye.
light.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Community strong, we're never alone. Together as one, we've created a home. So join the conversation, let's set the tone.